drug money. That's the reason these beachside mansion remains are here in Rhode Island. If you're from Rhode Island, you know exactly where this is, sitting alone and pretty at the end of Scarborough Beach. Welcome to what's left of the Windswept Estate. Before we dive into the history here, I want you to fully appreciate how gorgeous this spot is. I hope you're feeling relaxed now because that's exactly how you should feel here. But let's get back to that drug money I mentioned earlier. Rhode Island has got some weird history, and this is right up there with some of the more interesting stories. To understand what I mean, we have to go back in time about 200 years. It was 1839, and a businessman in Providence, Rhode Island, named Perry Davis was down on his luck. He was struggling financially, mentally, and physically. It was his rock bottom. Not one to give in without a fight, he decided to make his own medicine. His sickness was so bad, he believed he was going to die. Later, Davis wrote, "I searched the globe in my imagination, selected the best ingredients, and compounded these medicines so that the narcotic influence of one might be balanced by the other. I commenced using my new discovered medicine with no other hope than handing me gently to the grave." But not only did he survive, he got better. That medicine he made was dubbed Perry Davis's vegetable painkiller. Davis actually trademarked the name painkiller, which is still used today, and never divulged the formula for his product, since back then there was no regulation on something like this. But today, we know it was a mix of vegetable extracts, camphor, ethyl alcohol, and opiates. So no wonder it made you feel better. This stuff was made to get you lit. This product is said to be one of the first directed specifically at pain management rather than a particular disease or ailment. It is reported to have been given to both soldiers and horses during the American Civil War, which, in my opinion, would make for a wild campfire outside the battlefield. Obviously, you can't buy the Perry Davis special today unless you know a guy and have some spare time in the kitchen, but you can still get bottles of it off eBay if you want a cool conversation piece. Am I planning on buying one? Absolutely. Okay, so how does this house on the beach fit into the story? In the 1890s, Perry's grandson Edmund sold the rights to the Davis name to another patent medicine firm and took some of those profits and built this estate, known by locals at the time as the mansion built with painkiller money. Here's a photo of what the original mansion looked like. It had 21 rooms, including 5 bedrooms, a kitchen, pantry, living spaces, and servants' quarters. The stone structure there today is this building in the background, which was the carriage house. The property covered 18 acres, and the Davis family definitely used it. A short special in the New York Times dated July 31st, 1910, tells of one of the painkiller heirs landing a blimp on the property with plans to fly it around Narragansett Bay. This family was seriously so cool. After 40 years, the property was sold to the Castiglione brothers, who turned the mansion into an upscale restaurant called Cobb's by the Sea, where diners could order boiled lobster for only $1.75. Local residents recall the words Cobb's Restaurant painted in large white letters on the carriage house roof. In 1952, the property was sold again, but this time it was left vacant, attracting vandals and arsonists. In 1974, after 3 fires in 3 years, the mansion was demolished. The property is now owned by the state of Rhode Island, who acquired the site in 1980 to keep the land from being developed for luxury condos. DEM monitors the property now, and there are no plans to demolish the rest of the remains. This stone foundation is the last monument to Perry's drug potion, painkiller. It's been here for decades, weathered countless hurricanes and winter storms, and I imagine it'll stick around for a while longer. I hope it does, because this is another abandoned Rhode Island icon. The next time you find yourself walking down Scarborough Beach, you can now take a look at that old stone building and thank drug money for it being there. I just want to say that I had so much fun putting this one together. I grew up always seeing this spot and still visit it today, so it was cool to dig into the history and be able to share everything with you guys. To see more interesting abandoned places like this, you can check out the rest of my Abandoned from Above series on my channel right now. Thank you very much for watching.